It's time now for a look at the latest in local sports. In sports, the high school basketball teams will be in action tomorrow night for the first home games of the season. It takes place at the Benny Radliff Arena. The opponent will be Brantley County. The varsity girls game gets underway at 6. The varsity boys game begins at 7:30 p.m. The teams will be in action Saturday as well, but they'll be on the road to take on McIntosh Academy. Last night, the girls varsity team was in action over at Southeast Bullock. It was a girls' event only. Varsity girls defeated Southeast Bullock by a score of 35-18. Zy Guyton led the way in scoring with 25. A.J. Jefferson added 8. JV girls also defeated Southeast Bullock by a score of 41 to 11. Mercy White scored 11. Grace White scored 9. Jay Rankin scored 8. Jaylee Pittman 5. Javia Fulmore 4. In middle school basketball, a couple of scores. Arthur Williams played Ware Middle. Both the boys and girls won. The scores 34-26 and 28-24. High school football playoffs continue this Friday evening. And in 5A football, 3 of our region teams are still alive. One of those teams at home this Friday night. The Ware County Gators at home, in Waycross hosting Cartersville in a first-ever matchup between the two schools. Other matchups in 5A are Warner Robins at Blessed Trinity, Coffee at Calhoun, and Jones County at home hosting Eastside. And AAA football, another game in the area over in Blackshear Friday night, where Pierce County hosts Carver of Atlanta. Also in AAA, the Appleton County Pirates still in the playoffs, but they'll be on the road to take on an undefeated GACS team. In 4A football, Riverdale will be at Benedictine. In 6A football, Valdosta takes on Carrollton. In 7A, Milton's at Lowndes, and Colquitt is at Norcross. Again, winners head to the Final Four in each classification. As expected, the Big Ten changed its rule as allowed Ohio State to play in the Big Ten championship game next week against Northwestern, where they'll be at least a 20-point favorite to win the game. Northwestern has a game this week against Illinois, while Ohio State sits back and has 2 weeks to prepare for the title game as Michigan backed out of the much-anticipated Ohio State-Michigan game. As we told you yesterday, this is all about money. Big Ten wants and needs Ohio State to make it to the Final Four because each team that makes the Final Four gets a $2 million payday. That money is dispersed across the conference. So the Big Ten, hoping that Ohio State wins the conference game, propels them to the Final Four. That's still to be decided by the committee. They could still be left out, playing just 6 games. Also, if Florida beats Alabama in the SEC title game, they could be left out as well. Still a lot of football to be decided, but as anticipated, the Big Ten, knowing Ohio State's their best shot at the Final Four, changes their rules, which have been in place for years, having to play more than 5 games to get in the title game. So, again, they changed the rule yesterday and allow Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. Again, set for next Saturday, they'll play Northwestern. As we say all the time, it's always about the money. In college football Saturday, Georgia Southern has their big grudge match at home against Appalachian State. That game set for 7 p.m. in Statesboro. Pregame on FM 105 begins at 5 p.m. Saturday. Georgia Tech's in action Saturday at home in Atlanta against Pitt Panthers. That game time 7 p.m. That game on AM 1370. Georgia's on the road in the SEC game at Missouri at 12 noon. That game televised on the SEC network. In the NFL Sunday, the Falcons will be on the road for a 4:25 game at the LA Chargers. Jaguars at home hosting the Tennessee Titans. That game at 1 o'clock on AM 1370. NFL tonight, the New England Patriots at the LA Rams. Should be a good ball game on TV tonight. That's going to do it for latest in local sports.